Alright, well, here we are back with this Xiegu battery bank. And some of you was asking, well, what happens if you maybe put some filtering on this cable when it goes to the 73 or 705, my bad. And, we was in the previous video with the USB cable hooked in, we were getting some noise inducted in there. And kind of got the setup today is just I'm going to run this antenna as vertical just for testing purposes. We just need to pick up noise, right? We're going to try some MFJ 700 B4 snap-on ferrites. We'll also compare it with a torroid if we got enough to wrap and see if that makes a difference. All right, so maybe I said vertical, but let's go horizontal on the antenna so I can plug the USB cable in. Have the USB cable plugged in, but the box is not turned on, and this is just a plain cable. Let's see how it does. See, there's a lot of noise coming in there, not just over drastic, but definitely more than what you want to see. Take the USB cable out, noise goes back down to a minimum. Try some of these MFJ 700 B4 suppression chokes. See if we can get anything out of that. All right, so these are actually just a little big for this USB cable. I wrapped it 3 times inside the core and did 2 snap-on cores. When I turn the power on, we still got noise coming in there. I'll take that off, and just to show, if we turn this on all by itself, it does not do anything. You can tell when I plug USB in, a little bit happens, but let's try the torroid now. Okay, well, hear me out. See, something's a little different. I took the vertical, or the whip, took it off. I got to thinking, I tried the torroid didn't work either. When I touch metal parts, the screws or anything of this radio, since I'm out on a picnic table and it's not grounded, when I would touch it, the noise level would come up. So that tells me that's looking for a counterpoise. It's looking for a ground. And it's picking it out of this pretty easy when you turn it on. So I still have this wrapped with torroid, but we got a good signal here. They're an S7. I don't know how well you can see that in the camera. No problem understanding them. There is some noise up in there, but that's normal. We'll turn that down. A little cleaner waterfall. And now I'll turn this on. Absolutely nothing. So we got the K6 ARK QRP antenna, and it's strung out through there. It's only a couple feet off the ground. I just need it to receive, right? So, and I have my coax, that's 25 foot of coax coiled up. I just got through uncoiling that QRP antenna. I wasn't going to uncoil my coax. I've got this on and it does not affect it. So let's try the AC. If the AC still puts some noise in, and that's just going to be your common properties with most DC to AC inverters. To my understanding, you're probably going to have to spend a shiny penny to get a clean DC to AC inverter. You're not going to get it out of basic package deals most of the time. So that's kind of coming. But let's take this torroid back off. All right, so we got the 12 volts turned back on. Nothing in the scope. Charging, I don't know if you can see it, but the charging indicator is coming on, so there is power flowing through this. And we're getting no effects. 10 meters is just picking up some noise that's out here, it looks like. Nope, 10 meters is getting a little bit of this. Yep, turn it off, turn it back on. Got some hash in there, but it's not too terrible. See how many wraps we can get in there. Now we did 3 wraps in there. 3 wraps made a difference on 10 meters with this setup. You know, we got charging. So unplug it. I can't tell a difference. Now it's charging. And it's picking up. My neighbor's truck is over there running. Maybe picking up a little alternator off of him, but it's not coming from this battery pack. Still doesn't defeat the AC, but you know, really it's not that bad. All right, so I realized what y'all was really wanting to know is if I could filter out the power pole interference. USB wasn't that big of a problem. So to refresh your memory, or if this is the first time you're watching and you didn't see the other one, let's make the scope bigger so you can see it better on camera. See the noise level now. When I plug this in, that's with the unit turned off. It's just making some noise. If I turn this on, you get all the lines and the interference and stuff. It's a lot of hash. So let's try a couple things. Some of you asked about snap-on ferrites. Some of you suggested torroid. So the snap-on ferrites are the MFJ 700B4 like I used with the USB cable. Let's see how many turns we can get inside this thing with this power cable. So there's 2 on each end. Plug that in. Turn it on. We still got plenty of hash. Now let's try the torroid. All right, we got from the power pole to the fuses. It kind of throws a kink in things. Let's just try half the cable. And there it is, still there. Maybe a little lighter there. Not sure, don't remember, have to look at the video. All right, with the power cord wrapped tight, as many turns as you can get because of the fuses there, keeps you from wrapping the whole thing. But there's the torroid, and we definitely made a difference on the noise on the scope. So good suggestion there, fellas. And there's the scope with no torroid, just straight cable. So maybe you could tell the difference in the scope there. So we seen that it absolutely did help the noise on the DC side, but we were still unable to knock out the AC inverter noise, and that's typical. It's very difficult, but bottom line, this thing is a workhorse. I did not charge it up when it first came in the mail. I took it straight out of the box and it had 4 out of 5 bars. It's now got 3 out of 5 bars, and I've used the solder station outside doing some soldering on some things away from the shack where I didn't have a plug-in or extension cord, and it worked great without sweating. So this thing is absolutely great to have in the shack. Put it in your car. You got a bug out box for your radios, probably a little too big for a bag, but definitely worth trying to have this thing around somewhere for everyday needs and for portable operations where you might need to fix a wire or whatever it may be when you're away from the house or not around a plug-in. So I want to say 73. I appreciate you coming by the video. There's another video right up there. Have a good one.